Hey everyone, Karolyne Roberts here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about 10 signs that your friend is fake or jealous of you. If you're interested in watching more, then definitely stay tuned. Alright guys, so today's video is a little bit different, but ever since I had my Mindset Shift Monday with my very best friend, Damaris, a few weeks ago, you guys saw it, we talked about friendship, and I let you guys know that, I'll be talking a little bit more about friendships on my channel, and I've actually been going through a lot having to deal with friendships in this season, and it's been a learning process and a learning journey. So I have been through a lot when it comes to friendship, not just in this season, but in past seasons. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 10 signs that your friend might be fake or jealous of you, and kind of talk about give you ideas of when you should talk to your friend, like if they are showing one of these signs, or when this is like really toxic and maybe this shouldn't be your friend, or maybe this is something that you should pray about. So with these different signs, I feel like we can have different approaches to friendship, but you may need to set up boundaries. You may need to distance yourself from that friend, or you may need to have a conversation with your friend, depending on these different signs that your friend might be showing. Okay, so this is just so that you can use wisdom in your friendships, and that you really understand the people who are really for you and the people who are not really for you, and understand when God is revealing these things to you and how to deal with it and how to go about it. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. The sixth sign that this may be a fake friend or a jealous friend is if they don't put the same amount of effort in the relationship. So in these situations, one of the reasons why they may not put the same amount of effort is because maybe your perspective of the friendship is different than how they see the friendship. So maybe they see it as a mentorship, right? Or they see it as they're just helping you out with something. So it may make the relationship look one-sided. But true friendships are a two-way street. So if this is someone who you're always there for them, but they can never be there for you, or you always go to their house, but whenever it's time for them to drive to go see you, they have an excuse. Maybe you go to their kids' birthday parties or you do things for them, but when you got something for your family, it's an excuse. If it's not a two-way street, if it's not an equal exchange, then it may not be a friendship. It may be something else, or this person might just be using you. You want to make sure that you express to your friends what you need. So I will speak to my friends if I feel like there's something lacking or they're dropping the ball in an area. I'm going to say like, hey, for our relationship, like, I go to see you all the time. I would really love it if next time you could come to my house, or if we could do this. So communication is super important in friendships and in relationships, and it has to be a two-way street. Okay, so number 7. So number 7, a sign that you have a fake friend is if they only reach out to you. I don't like this. If they only reach out to you when they need something. A lot of people, they don't want to pay for something, a service, so they align themselves as your friend, but they're not really a friend. But because they don't want to pay, they align themselves as your friend so that you can do stuff for them, for free, and so that they can use you for your gifts, your talents, your time, your help. So they use you to do stuff for them, and that's the only time they call you. So they don't call you to say, hey, what's up, let's talk, let's catch up. They're not going to be, at your birthday party. They're not going to be, calling to check on your kids. They're not going to be asking to watch the kids so you can have a date night. They're calling to ask for you to do something for them. They're not your friend. They're using you to do stuff for them to get stuff done. Okay, so this is a sign that it's not really a friendship. This is a usership. And I don't do userships anymore. I used to do a lot of userships, okay? You have to make clear, are you a friend or are you a client? Are you a friend, or are you ready to pay for whatever this service requires? So that's another thing. People who use you for just what you do, and they're not really there to invest in you as a person, to help you grow, to do life with you, that is a usership. That's a sign of not having a true friend. So 8 is if they always want you to open up, they always want to know what's happening with you, but they never tell you what's happening with them. This person is probably a gossiper. So they come to take in all the information. So they'll come to you like, how are you feeling? Oh, you're feeling sad? You're feeling depressed? Tell me more. What's wrong? Oh, what did he do? Oh, what did she do? And they seem so caring. They seem so concerned, so loving and supportive. After you poured your whole heart out, and now you're like, what about you? What's going on with you? It's always like, oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm good. Blessed and highly favored. Life is great. There's nothing ever wrong with them. Like, they never share anything deep with you. They try to share, I have this going on, share good stuff, that they're doing good at. They'll never share anything wrong, anything going on. That means that they're just taking they're enjoying everything negative that you have. They're taking everything negative and it's making them feel better about themselves. Okay? And they may gossip about it, or they may not gossip about it, and they may just take it in, soak everything bad that is happening with you to make them feel better about themselves, and they're never going to share with you what's really happening. So my friends, we can be honest. I can say, I'm having a bad day. This is what happened. I'm sad. I need some encouragement. And then they'll also tell me when they're having a good day, or if they're having a bad day, then they'll be real about it and say, I'm struggling today, sis. Can you pray for me? Just be real. But like I said, a friendship is a two-way street. Watch out for people who are just coming to collect information for gossip. Tell me, how are you? I'm just checking on you today, right? But when you check on them, they're always perfect. Everything is great, or they keep it very surface level. They won't talk to you about anything deep. They'll keep it surface level. I got a new job. It is great. We have family over for Thanksgiving. I'm happy. But it's never what's really happening on the inside of them. They're not going to open up to you. All right? So that's another sign of a relationship that's really not a friendship. It's not a two-way street. So number 9. So the 9th sign that you have a fake friend is when your friend belittles you or your accomplishments. They will never give you your props. Everything is belittled. So you may say, hey, I started a new business. And, when talking to someone else about your business, they may say, oh, she started a little business, her little business, right? It's not a little business. She started a new business, right? So this may be an example of that. Or if you say you're trying to do something new and move yourself out of your comfort zone. So you might say, hey, I'm trying to join the track team and, really push myself and get out of my shell, learn how to run quicker. Then they may say something like, oh, how cute. Look at you trying to do a little running. Look at you. How cute. You're trying to join the track team. That's so cute. Wow. Stuff like that. So when you have someone who belittles, whenever you try to do something big or step out in faith, they try to take the big thing that you're trying to do and they try to make it small and belittle you, then that is another sign of a fake friend. But it's also probably someone who is insecure. So you can probably talk to this person and point it out to them, why do you do this? Why do you try to belittle what I'm doing? And see what their response is, and if they actually own up to it and apologize, or if they, just get defensive and they're not willing to own up to that. If they're not willing to own up to it, and if they're not able to learn and be repentant, then this is probably not a friendship that will work. But if it's someone who is willing to learn and say, you're right, I do that, thanks for pointing it out. I don't know why I do that. Maybe I'm just insecure that I haven't stepped out in faith and done what I'm supposed to do. So I belittle it when you're doing it because you're always doing something new and it makes me feel like I'm left behind, right? That's something that you guys can talk about, and then you can take that opportunity to encourage your friend, to try something new and, give them more encouragement. Just like I said earlier, this may be like the type of friend where you have to guard what you say around them, because they can't honestly celebrate you and be happy for you, because when it's time to celebrate you, they belittle you, or they get discouraged or they get jealous. So you may have to guard what you say around this friend, and this may be a friend that you may have to set boundaries up with. And number 10, the 10 sign that your friend may be fake or just may not really support you or be here for you is when your friend is judgmental, or they just don't accept you for who you are, and they always have something negative to say. And it's not even, it's just not their preference, right? So they have judgments and opinions about everyone else and what everyone does. So they may not even tell you directly that they're judging you, but in their heart, they're judging you, because maybe when you talk to them, they may say stuff like, oh, I don't like it when people do this. I can't stand people who do that. Oh, I'm tired of seeing, people who make businesses on social media. I'm tired of people who are on social media, starting and building a brand, right? And then you're like, low-key, are you talking about me? Like, I have a brand? Like, are you talking about me? So this type of friend, they may say stuff about other people and they're really judgmental and critical towards other people. But deep down inside, a lot of the stuff they're saying, it's like, okay, are you talking about me? And it's like some of the, this also might be the type of friend that subtweets you, or like maybe you shared something with them in a conversation, or maybe you shared that you're struggling with something. So you may say, hey, I'm struggling with overcoming fear, or I'm struggling with, growing in self-love. And you may share something personal with them. And then the next day you check on Instagram and you see like a status, and it's like, if you are struggling with fear, then you ain't spending enough time in your word. Or if you do not love yourself, then you need to grow in this area. Because like you see that they took what you shared, this intimate thing that you shared with them, and they used it to criticize and judge you undercover, instead of, just praying for you and pouring into you and helping to build you up. Like, that's not cool. That is not cool. So this is also a sign of a fake friend, someone who is critical and judgmental. They may not be judgmental to your face, but you can tell if they're always making like subliminal messages about you and how, you could be better doing this, even if it's not about you. If they're just making negative messages all the time about people in general, and about how people need to be better at this, and how people are wrong if they do that, and how people need to, stop doing that, then it's not someone who is seeing the best in you. And you want to be friends with someone who sees the best in you, who doesn't easily pick out the worst in you, and who loves you for who you are, and who's not judging you, but who supports you and encourages you and builds you up. So those are the 10 signs that you may be dealing with a fake or jealous friend. And I shared with you guys different instances on when I think that you should talk to your friend, when you should put up boundaries, or when you should just probably distance yourself from that person, or not have that toxic relationship in your life. So I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time on my channel, do not forget to subscribe. All right, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Until next time, bye.